open index.php, and after the opening body tag, if we scroll down a little bit, I'm going to create a few new lines. After the opening body tag, we're going to start with a div with ID wrapper. I'm going to close the browser here. Inside of the wrapper container, we're going to create another div with the ID of form-wrapper. And inside of this form wrapper, not surprisingly, we're going to have a form with action. We'll leave the action value blank. Method will be post. Inside of the form section, we're going to create a table with a cell padding of 0, cell spacing of 0, border 0, and that's it. Okay, now that we have a table, we're going to create the first table row with the heading and the label for first name. And obviously in between the opening and closing label tags, we're going to type first name, colon, space, and then star to indicate that this field is mandatory. Then we have table cell with the class first name. Why we adding class to the table cell, I'll explain later on. But for the time being, just so you know, that whenever we put the input with specific name, we have to apply the same class to this specific table cell. We go for the input. Type will be text. Name will be first name, which is corresponding to this class here. Then we have ID, the same one, first name. Then we will have a title, which will be please provide your first name, which is our validation message basically. Then we will have a class, field, and required. After this, we simply put the empty value attribute. So this is our first name. If we copy the entire row, paste it underneath. Now, rather than the first name, we're going to have email. And for attribute will be email as well. Class email, name email, ID email, and validation message, please provide your valid email address, because we will also validate email address. Not only checking, we won't only check whether the field has been left blank, but we will also validate the field for the valid email address. So, and an additional class which we need to add here is a valid-email. Now that we have this one done, the type we can change here to email because we're using HTML5. There is a new type attribute called email, which will help us to basically recognize the email field inside of the different devices, like for instance iPhone and iPod Touch and all sorts of things, so that you additionally will have an @ symbol on the keyboards. Basically this kind of small thing here. Okay, next one will be the password. So attribute for password, obviously label will be password as well. Class will be password, type will be password, name and ID as well. Then the title, the validation message will be please provide your, or rather, please choose your password, and in between the brackets, minimum 6 characters. And we will have for the password the class called valid password. Okay, so that's it. Now if we copy this entire row again, we have a password. Now we're going to do the age. So for age, obviously label age, class age, type will be, it won't be an input tag, it will be a select. So we have select, name age, ID age, class field, select, and required. Okay, and now we will put some options. First option will be with the blank value, and it will simply read select 1. Also, I've forgotten here, after class, we also need to put title. which will be the validation message. Again, please select your age. Okay, after this option, I'm going to copy this one. We put a few options. First one will have a value 1, and it will refer to the 16 to 21 years of age. Then if we copy this 2, 3, 4, 5, let's change it 2, 3, 4, 5. You can obviously populate this dynamically from a database if you prefer. Then 35, 36 to, let's say, 45, 46 to 55, and 56 plus.